Hi guys, and I'm doing live discussion here on stage 4. I do that, don't forget to subscribe and click occasion bell icon. So today I'm doing live discussion on Lilo and Stitch, and so I'm going to be doing no spoiler review. Lilo and Stitch is a 2025 American science fiction comedy film directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. Um, the film is a live action animated remake of Disney's 2002 traditional animated film Lilo and Stitch, with some elements also based on the film's animated sequel films and TV show. It stars Maya Kaloa in her film debut as Lilo Lekai, with original Lilo and Stitch writer Chris Saunders reprising his role as Stitch. It also stars Sydney Elizabeth Agudong, Hannah Waddingham, Billy Magnuson, Zach Galifianakis, and Courtney B. Vance, with original cast members Tia Carrere, Amy Hill, and Jason Scott Lee also appearing. Alongside Siders, I like Lilo. It's not my favorite anime classic, but I know a lot of people like that movie. And I was looking forward to this. We had two remakes. We had this and Snow White. I feel like this one there was more care put into this. I like the way Stitch looked. I feel like Snow White it had so much against it. Rachel Zegler and then Gal Gadot, and there was just so much stuff against this one. It was here. I think this one is pretty good. It was directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. I don't know what else he directed Fraud and Marcel, the show with shoes on. I haven't seen neither of those movies. Um, so I don't know if they're good or not, but I think he did a good job with this movie. I really enjoyed it. Um, I give it an 8 out of 10. I did a review on it, and I enjoyed it. For the cast was great. Bit of Magnus and Hannah Waddingham, Sydney Elizabeth Agudong. I haven't seen her anything. This is Maya Killer's first film. Courtney B. Vance plays Bubbles. Zach Galifianakis is pretty good. Chris Saunders comes back to voice Ditch. I never enjoyed it. That is one off 40 minutes. It's longer than the animated one, but I do think the animated one's better. But also it's missing the villain who was in it. He's not in this, which I think maybe they might put him in the sequel. So now let's get to spoilers. Now, this I think it came in the U.S. today. They haven't seen it. Don't forget. Don't watch the movie. Watch the movie. Then click away. Watch the movie. Then come back. So, on Planet Turo, Doctor Jumbo Jukiba is convinced by the United Galactic Federation of illegal experimentation, leading to the creation of Experiment 626, an aggressive and indestructible creature with advanced learning capabilities. Jumbo is found guilty in prison, while 626 is sent to exile for his destructive behavior. However, 626 escapes by stealing a police cruiser and using its hyperdrive to reach planet Earth, crashing into the Hawaiian island of Kauai. The Grand Council woman offers Jumbo his freedom if he captures 626, pairing him with deputized Earth expert agent Pleakley. 626 cried near wedding reception and is run over by a tourist trolley. A Hawaiian girl named Lilo Pelikai is expelled from Hula for pushing her bully Myrtle off stage due to frustration over her sister's nanny's absence. Their social worker, Mr. Kyo visits and finds Nanny unfit to care for them, demanding she complete her tasks in a week. The next day, hearing Lilo wants a friend, neighbor Tutu takes her to an animal shelter where 626 is kept. Realizing Jumbo and Bleaky are after him, 626 gets himself adopted by Lilo as a human shield. Nanny takes them to her resort and job with friend David Kowina. Lilo names C26 Stitch after Nanny's comment. They enjoy the resort, but Stitch accidentally causes terrify, leading to Nanny's dismissal. Nanny is visited by Kiowa, a CIA agent who is investigating Stitch's arrival as a social worker. Kiowa demands that Nanny find a new employment immediately. Despite interviews, she is rejected due to Lilo and Stitch's antics. Lilo finds a surfing instructor flyer and shows it to Nanny. She gets hired and they enjoy surfing after her first shift. Meanwhile, Jumbo and Pleak unsuccessfully try to capture Stitch while jet skiing, causing the Pelicans and Stitch to wipe out. Nearly drowning, Lilo and Stitch sinks. After recovering, Kikoa tells Nanny the Hawaiian government can cover the health insurance costs if she relinquishes her guardianship, which she reluctantly agrees to. As the sisters share one last night together, Stitch realizes he caused their troubles and Salmony returns to the animal shelter alone. Meanwhile, the Grand Council woman, frustrated with Jumbo's failure to capture Stitch, cancels their deal and orders Plicky to return Jumbo to prison. However, Jumbo decides to capture Stitch without Paliki. Kikyo and Cobra arrive the next morning to find Lilo has escaped from her bedroom. They and Nanny start searching for her. Lilo finds and covers Stitch at the shelter, but Jumbo arrives to demand Stitch. They escape to Palika's home and find Jumbo destroying their home during the fight. Jumbo reveals Stitch used Lilo for his protection, leading to guilt-ridden Stitch surrendering. Jumbo takes Stitch aboard his spaceship using a teleportation portal gun and places him in a capsule, intending to later upgrade Stitch to erase his newfound empathy. However, Lilo, who sneaks around aboard, frees Stitch, and they eject Jumbo from the ship. The ship crashes into the ocean, trapping Lilo and Stitch underwater. With Lilo caught under the wreckage, Stitch rescues her but cannot swim to the surface. He releases her to let her emerge and drowns. Nanny and Dave rescue Lilo, but she won't leave Stitch. David returns Lilo to shore while Nanny swims back to get Stitch from the ocean floor. They reach shore, but Stitch isn't breathing. Nanny, David, Tutu, Cobra, and Pleaky, found by Cobra, try to revive Stitch by jump-starting him. Although it seems to fail, he wakes up, reliving in the other. Shortly after, the Grand Councilwoman arrives. Tien Jumbo rearrested and decides she has Jumbo rearrested and decided to let Stitch exile on Earth with his newfound Ahoa. As a Pelican, Stitch, David, Tutu, Cobra, and Plicky return home. Kyoko tells Nanny she can give Lilo guardianship to David and Tutu, allowing her to stay home. The Ohoana then repairs the house and lives happily together. In the mid-credits scene, Nanny now arriving, attending the University of California, San Diego to study marine biology, visits Lilo and Stitch back on Kai using Jumbo portation generating gun. And that's it. Now it stars Tia Carrere. She's an original character. She plays she plays the social worker. Now she's made for this film. In the animated film, she doesn't show. Now she played Nanny in the original one, and yeah, Bubbles was, because there was whole controversy that Bubbles wasn't gonna be it, but he is. I thought Corny B Van's a good job. I think I don't know if Ving Rams would have come back. I feel like he was too old, but I think they're the same age. But I feel like it would have been too on the nose if Ving Rams come back. But I think Gerald Butler's come back for the How to Train Your Dragon, but I think Michael Clark Duncan would have been good had he not died. I think Michael Clark Duncan would have been good. Some people saying Terry Crews. I want Terry Crews. I just feel like Terry Crews can't take stuff seriously, and he's mostly in comedy stuff. And I think I get why people want him because he's big, but I think Courtney B. Vance was good. I think the villain might show up in the sequel. I think it only has $100 million budget. It comes out the same day as Mission Impossible. A lot of kids will be going out seeing this movie, so it's a good movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's probably one of the better remakes. I think it's up there with Cruella and The Jungle Book. So yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Now next week I will be doing Karate Kid Legends. And yeah, guys, so much for my video. I'll see you next one. Bye.